Hey guys, and welcome to another fully generated episode of the Generator X podcast. Today I'm joined by, surprise, surprise, nobody, once again. Once again, all by myself. Boo, hoo, and my noisy chair. Boo hoo. Boo! Anyway. So, yeah, today we're going to talk about episode 10, episode 11, possibly episode 12, I don't know yet, of Generator X. So, let's watch episode 10 now. The Forgotten. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah, it's called The Forgotten. Alright. Okay, so I just finished watching the episode and yeah, it was alright episode. Here it's the entire plot of the episode. Alright, so there's this new location established in the show called the Bug Jar. And the Bug Jar is this one city that got like an Evo infestation worse than pretty much anywhere else in the world. So they had to put a shield spear around the entire city to keep all the Evos that are in that city from getting out because there are just too many Evos for Providence to deal with. Like this dome was like established before both Providence and Rex were around. So yeah, this whole apocalypse predates Providence that happened to the city. And so Rex has to get into that dome city to rescue a couple people that got crashed in there. And they had something special that was like a cylinder thing. I'm not sure if the show ever even tells us why that thing is special or anything. I don't think it's ever brought up again. But yeah. So Rex has to go in there, rescue people, and then get out. That's the entire plot of the episode. There's also this one guy in the dome that's leading all the Evos. They just call him No Face because he has no face, and he actually talks through nanites, so kind of psychically. Like Rex, I'm pretty sure was the only person who could hear him talk. And yeah, No Face is just okay. He just wants to get out of here. That's all he wants. He's kind of sort of interested in Rex, but not in the same way as Van Kleis, where it's actually cool and interesting. No Face is just an villain. just wants to get out of there. He doesn't have any real plans for world domination or anything. He just wants to get out of this city, but Providence won't let him for some reason. Don't know why. Kind of an interesting villain again, but in this episode he's just alright. I'm sure that he gets more interesting later on the series, but this is just an okay episode. There's some funny bits with Dr. Holiday and Rex in the episode. Yeah, it's just an okay episode. There is really like nothing I can really talk about. Like it's really cool to see the city full of Evos and to see Rex and all of them fighting against the Evos on top of this one building, and then the Evos eat up the bottom of another building and then cause the building to domino onto the building everybody was on. That was kind of cool. The action this episode in general is just really good. There's plenty of action in this episode, way more than the normal Generator X episode. And it's all good and fun. This is just a fun episode. Nothing really deep happening here. Rex just wants to get these people out. White Knights can care less about them. That's all that's really happening in this episode. It's just a whole lot of boom boom bang bang. Guns firing. Blam blam. Shoot shoot shoot. Bang bang bang. yeah, that's this whole episode. Eh. Alright, let's move on to the next two. Maybe I'll even get through 4 episodes this time. Alright, just watched episode 11 of Generator X, Operation Wingman. So this is just a comedy joke episode. And first off, I have to say, as a kid, this was one of my favorite episodes of the whole show. This episode is hilarious. I still love this episode. This is just, a really funny episode. It's not trying to tell a deep story or anything. It does still have a more complex plot than the last episode, though. But anyway, basically, this is just kind of what if Looney Tunes was a good action cartoon. This episode still does deliver a lot of the Generator X action. Honestly, I would say that Generator X is one of the most action-heavy action cartoons I've ever seen. This Generator X just loves action so much. It's not like the action scenes in the show do not go on for as long as, let's say, an episode of Samurai Jack, but this show just does good action scenes. It just does them good, very good. Anyway, yeah. So the plot of this episode, Rex managed to make an Evo bunny really, really mad at him. So every single day, this Evo bunny then goes and hunts him down. However, this day is different because he has to do a favor for Noah. He has to go to prom. Which, yep. I was having an argument yesterday on Discord with some people talking about how they actually wanted to see more of, like, Ben going to school and Ben 10. No. I am definitely a person that is, like, 100% against forcing high school to be in superhero cartoons. Like, high school is not in Teen Titans. Do you guys think that Teen Titans might be a better show if it had high school in it? No, it would not be. The only episode that did was the final episode, and everybody hated it. Anyway, I haven't seen that episode in a long time, so I'm not going to talk about it. Anyway. Yeah. So, Generator X, yep. This episode is a good episode. It's just a good, funny episode. But once again, I have nothing really to say about this episode. I don't have anything to say about it. It's just funny. That's it. It's just funny. There's nothing really to say. Like, once again in this episode, Rex stole one of Six's outfits again for for his prom tux. It was funny whenever Bobo showed up in the Providence tank. Yeah, this episode's just funny. Go watch this episode. It's hilarious. You're going to get nothing out of the experience of watching this episode just hearing me talk about it. Just go watch it for yourself. I got nothing to say about it. Just go watch it. Oi. Hopefully the next episode will give me something more to talk about so I can feel like I need to do this podcast to talk about the show. Alright, well, I just watched a really good episode of Generator X that we can certainly talk about for quite a few minutes. Episode 12, Rabble. So, in this episode, some Evos start robbing banks in Hong Kong, so of course Rex and Six have to go there to stop the Evos. But whenever they fight these Evos, we find out that they recognize Rex, but Rex doesn't recognize them because of Rex's amnesia. And here we find out in this episode that Rex has actually lost his memories multiple times. Yeah. So these guys, I can't remember what their leader is named, but there's three of them. One of them is made out of paper. The other ones are Cricket and Squid. That's their names and their Evo powers. One of them's a Squid guy, and one of them's a Cricket girl. And yeah, it's really nice to, you know, see, like, honestly, after whenever Van Kleist was defeated and all that, you don't think that so soon afterwards, after the whole Van Kleist thing, that we would find even more about Rex's past that soon. But then we get this episode that reveals that he has had like multiple different lives because he keeps having amnesia over and over again. So it's really neat. We get to introduce to a new villain in this episode, Quarry. And of course, Rex doesn't know him, but he knows Rex, just like Van Kleist. But Quarry is quite a bit different from Van Kleist. Not just because of like their Evo mutations or any of that, but Quarry, like, he knows Rex. He knows how to play him like an instrument. But he doesn't want Rex to be in his operations, especially not anymore since he's a part of Providence. He just wants Rex's friends to keep working for him, but he wants Rex out of the picture. But he still acts all nice towards Rex, even though he doesn't want Rex to be around his operations. It's very nice, and he's, of course, voiced by the excellent Mark Hamill. Luke Skywalker, Joker, Firelord Ozai, or was it Ozai? I don't even remember. It's been too long since I've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender. But anyway, we all know who Mark Hamill is. He's so good as Quarry. It's great. He doesn't even sound like any of his normal characters. He just sounds like Quarry. It's such a good casting. This episode, like, we get to see all these characters, and they're all very well casted. Like, the voice of Zuko is the mummy guy. And now, since I'm on the Generator X wiki, I can find out what his name is. Tuck. That's his name. His name's Tuck. I guess it's because he tucks his paper into himself. I don't know. Not a very good name. uh Okay, here's something I just started wondering. Like, can these guys remember their past before they were turned into Evos? Because if so, why are they calling themselves by, like, Evo names instead of human names? I don't know. Do they remember their parents or anything? I don't know. But, yeah, these guys have had a bad life, and it actually is Rex's past self's fault. Yeah. Like early on in the episode, whenever whenever all the guys are reunited and they're talking like about the past, they mentioned that Rex had a journal, and then we later find out that Quarry had the journal with him the whole time, and Quarry plays a message from Rex's past self talking about how in the past Rex actually made a deal with Quarry to force those guys into the life of crime. So if they were originally kind of just a friend group that was hiding all the time, and we're all safe and sound. But then Quarry got into the picture, and suddenly they had to start working for Quarry. And Rex basically gave them to Quarry and then left them. He didn't care about them at all. He just left them. And then, of course, he lost his memories, which the show gets into later. And also, like, one thing that was... I should have mentioned this earlier when I was talking about the beginning of the episode. So Rex is fighting them. They don't recognize Rex at first. He's using his evil powers against him, making the smack hands and the Rex ride and all that. He's making all of his machines. And I was wondering, like, okay, if these guys know Rex, then how come they're not recognizing him as soon as he starts using his powers? And then, later after the theme song plays, they mentioned that Tuck mentions that oh, your fist and machines and all that is brand new. So yeah, basically, whenever they met Rex, all he could do was control technology and cure evos. Like, they know he can cure evos, but they didn't know about all of his weapons that he can make. So I guess Rex learned how to create all of his machines through Providence training, which is cool. So yeah, it shows that with a little bit of training, you can uncover more powers in this universe. It's cool. I like that. For all we know, like, Rex's friends also have different abilities that they don't even know about, which could be very cool. Anyways, yeah. Again, Quarry is just a great villain. Not too deep, he's just a crime lord. He's like the kingpin, but, he knows how to manipulate Rex. He knows how to get his friends to not trust him, even though they should trust him over Quarry. And, yeah. Yeah, this episode's just plain good. Yeah, I know I had more things to talk about, but they're starting to slip my mind. Yeah, Bobo, I don't think he even shows up in this episode. It's a Bobo-less episode. What was I doing during this episode? I don't know. Yeah, let's look at the credits. Yeah, no Bobo. No Bobo in this episode. Too bad. Yeah, it's just nice to get to see more of Rick's past in general in this episode. I have no idea when he would have possibly lived in what could have possibly have caused him to move to Hong Kong. Like, I don't know. But in order to get into that, I'd have to spoil the show. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I know I had more to say about this episode. How long have I been talking now? I'm starting to get this podcast into the 20-minute range. I guess now might be a good time to end it, but I want to keep talking, but I'm out of things to talk about. Oh yeah, the shapeshifter thing. So, like, whenever they, re-countered Rex after the whole Providence fight, then they say that they have to check to make sure it actually is Rex. And so we found out that Rex actually has a tattoo on his arm that is activated through voice recognition. So since they said, this magic word, a tattoo appeared on Rex's arm, and all three of his other friends also had the tattoos on them as well. Why do they have these tattoos? They mentioned that they once encountered a shapeshifter, and that's it. So yeah, there's shapeshifters in the Ben 10 not the Ben 10 universe, the Generator Rex universe. Dang it, I was going to set up a Ben 10 joke, but now it's ruined. Anyway, I guess this might mean that they've encountered Ben before? No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all. Maybe Kenko from Ben 10? No, he can't be in Generator Rex. He's just a video game character. Anyway, yeah, this is a really good episode. Go check it out, guys. Rabble. I don't know why they titled the episode that, but it's a good episode. Check it out. Yeah, just watch Generator X, guys. If you're watching this podcast and you don't watch Generator X, what are you doing? Go watch Generator X. You weirdos. Why would you watch a podcast about a cartoon that you don't watch? Yeah, go watch Generator X, guys. If you haven't, and if it's been a while, rewatch these episodes that I've talked about in this podcast. Go watch them again because they're good episodes. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. Not as much as some of these other episodes of the Generator X podcast, but what can you do? Some episodes are super deep and some are just fun. But they aren't bad. I don't think I've seen a bad Generator X episode. All of them are good so far, I would say. Pretty much. Like, episode 3 is kind of the third episode of Generator X, but you know, it's a good show overall, guys. Watch Generator X. Anyway, that's all I have to say in this episode. Goodbye.